Celebrate Recovery. Step Study 4.
Welcome to another day for the Celebrate Recovery Step Study for grief and loss. Let's start today by reading a couple verses out of Psalms. Be strong and let your heart take courage, all you who wait for and hope for and expect the Lord. Psalm 31:24. But I trusted in, relied on, and was confident in you, O Lord. I said, you are my God. My times are in your hands. Psalms 31:14 and 15. Today we will talk about powerless. The first step of that is pride, followed by only ifs, worry, escape, resentments, loneliness, emptiness, selfishness, and separation. How has pride stopped you from getting help from others? How has pride made your hurts, habits, and hang-ups and your grief harder than it could have been? Has it ever stopped you from asking for help? Has it ever stopped you from doing what you knew in your heart was right? Have you even been too proud to ask God to help you? Have you been too proud to say, Lord, I can't do this on my own? We have to let that pride go and admit that we are powerless to change these events, and that the only person that can change these events is our Father in heaven. I know that for this next one, I have got caught in this trap many times myself, but how many times have you got caught in the only ifs? If only I had done that. If only I hadn't done this, or if I would have, could have. We can't control what happens or what could have happened or what will happen. Again, the only person who is able and has the power to change what can happen is the Lord, our Father in heaven. So we have to stop with these only ifs. It only hurts us. It does no help for us. It's just a way that the enemy can use to make us feel weaker and discouraged. And we have to hand all that over to the Lord in heaven. So instead of worrying about things that we cannot control, we need to focus on what God can do in our lives, what God can control, what God can do for us. What information and feelings and emotions are we handing over and giving to the Lord? What are we allowing Him to help us with? There's many pleasures and earthly things that we can chase or try to do on this earth, but the one and only thing that is important is loving and serving the Lord. We can give all our troubles over to Him, and He will take them and accept them and help us as many times as we need it. We can try to escape our past. We can try to escape from the pain that we feel, but we cannot get rid of it until we give it to the Lord to take over. We cannot escape that pain no matter how hard we try to run or how many things that we do to try and get away from it. That pain will follow us until we finally admit that we cannot control it on our own and we hand it over to the Lord above. When we hold on to our anger and our resentments, we just make things worse. We're not helping ourselves. We're not helping each other by ignoring those feelings and just bottling it up and focusing on other things. We're just making everything worse. Do you think loneliness is a choice? Do you think we can control feelings of loneliness? Sometimes things like depression and anxiety may come upon us and we don't always have full control of that. But loneliness is a choice because we are always connected with our Father in heaven if we want to be. He's like that best friend that is on speed dial. All we have to do is reach out and He's there. But sometimes we just forget. We forget we have a phone call with the Master in heaven. We forget that we have a direct hotline to the Lord above. Sometimes we feel empty inside, hurt, and have a feeling of loneliness and just emptiness, a void that we want to fill. And too often do we see people on this world trying to fill that void with earthly pleasures and things of the flesh, when the only thing that can fill that void is our connection to God. Separation from God can happen when we fall away, when that battery runs low and we're drained, but it is never permanent. It is never forever. All we have to do is reach out to Him and we can be with Him again. All we have to do is ask for His help and He will reach out and guide us. He can help us with friends and family in life. He can help us with anything. He can help us get connected with the proper resources to help our issues. An example of that is God can help you find an accountability partner or somebody to help you with your struggles and your grief. You just have to reach out to the Lord and try not to do it on your own. Principle 2 says we earnestly believe that God exists and that I matter to Him and that He has the power to help me recover. Happy are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Matthew 5:4. Step 2. We come to believe that a power greater than ourselves can restore our sanity. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill His good purpose. Philippians 2:13. All we have to do is remember that the Lord is with us and remember that He is that power that is above us. Once we believe and accept that, there's nothing that we can overcome. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you have a blessed week. Until we meet again.
Celebrate recovery. Step study 4.